All right, boom, shake the room, St. Thomas Aquinas kids. I hope that you are really well, happy, and doing some really positive things whilst you're doing your remote learning, in particular, getting involved in your classes and having some fun along the way. So today we are going to move off our how to build your dream house project, and we're going to move on to a new one in CoSpaces, and it's called Design Your Ultimate Roller Coaster. So think about it this way. Think like you're a roller coaster designer. And you've got to do two things. You've got to design what your roller coaster, how it works, so how much it goes up and down and around, everything else. And you also got to think about the theme for your roller coaster. So it might be like, I think in Dreamworld or up there on the Gold Coast, there's like a Green Lantern one, there's like a Batman one, all sorts of themes you can have for your roller coaster. Maybe it's Avengers or a Percy Jackson or who knows. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go and open up our CoSpaces account. And we are going to, I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger here. Okay. We're going to create a new CoSpace there. And we're going to use the tool, go to empty scene, that we learned about in our house project. And that's the path tool. So we're going to use the path to be the roller coaster tracks. Alrighty. So what we do is we go down here to library. Then we go down here to special where the camera is, click on that, and then we drag out a round path. So we drag out this round path. Now the first thing I do when I drag out a round path, to make it easier to work with, what I do is I right click on it with my mouse, oh, not quite there, right click on it with my mouse, which will bring me up with these options. And then I click on this path option here. See where it says path? I'm going to click on that. I'm going to make the width wider, so it's just easier to work out where my path is. So make my width wider. I'm going to click show in play mode. Don't really want to show in play mode, so that's all right. So if I don't click this, it just means it'll still be there, but you won't see the path. So I will, although you might want to have it in your play mode, you might want to make it a color so it looks like it's your roller coaster tracks. So I click that. Now I want to edit the path. So I click edit path, and now I can just drag my roller coaster. This is going to be like the track for my roller coaster, all the way out to different parts of my CoSpace. Now you might decide to make your roller coaster in a city. You might get a city environment. I think it's probably a cool one. Or you might just create your environment from scratch. It's up to you. So here I've spread out my path. Now I want to add some more points. So I've got more options to adjust this path. Because I've said edit path, I can now just click on different points along my path to add more dots, which gives me more flexibility in being able to make my roller coaster go in different directions and around corners and go up really high. So there we go. So I've got different dots. Cool. So now that I've got that, what I want to do is I've just clicked off it, but now I can click back on it quite easily. So what I want to do, let's think about it. Let's say I want to make my roller coaster go up. So I click on a dot and I drag it up. But watch what happens when I drag it up. Oh, nothing much actually. We're pretty good this time. So we can drag, that's not dragging it up. Sorry guys, that's just dragging a different distance. So we click on this and then, where are we here? Come on. This one? Yeah, so I click on that one. I'll do that again for you. So I click on the dot and this top one here is what you want for the 4 little points on it. And when you click on that, it's going to give you these up arrow and sort of moving it in different directions. So on the blue one, is that blue? Yep, blue, and I'm going to drag it up. So this is the one that's going to make it go high. But we see when I drag it up, what happens is this part of my path dips down. So there's a couple of ways we can fix this. We can click on our path, hold the shift key, and then we can move it up by clicking on this blue arrow over here, holding our shift down. Oh, sorry, it's a little bit temperamental at times. And then, oh, it's not going to work for me. Okay. There we go. And then, so not holding your shift down, but clicking on that arrow and then slightly moving it up. And that'll get it up a little bit off that ground area. Cool. Now you might want to make this one like just a big curve in before you roll around. So your roller coaster comes in and then boom, hits the curve and then shoots up. You might want to make another curve in here, you might want to make a double curve like that and that, like it goes boom, boom, and then bang, and up it goes. Cool. So that's your path. So you got to get creative with what's going to make a really cool roller coaster. I'm also, now think about it, I won't do the environment yet, but you could do an environment and you could put in like a city environment down here. Where's your city? You could pop in a city. So this could be in a city. Or you could design your own. I really would like to see you design it with a theme. Okay, now the city is not a theme, the city is just your environment, but I'd love to see it with a theme. All right, now I'm a bit dark here, aren't I? I thought I was a bit light. I was going to put the light on. There we go, might light me up a bit, it's better. Maybe too much. All right. So now I've got that bit. So we want to get there's a couple of other options that I want you to have a look at now. The first is choosing a coaster for people to sit in. Now, in order for me to do that, I'm going to go to search, down here in search, and I'm going to type in the word sleigh, S-L-E-I-G-H, and it brings me up this sleigh. I'm just going to use that for mine. So I'm going to drag my sleigh out there, and now I can move my sleigh around, and then I can shrink it by clicking on the one with the 4 arrows here, and I can just shrink it, and now I can put that I could move that on my roll there. That's my path. I'd have to move it up a bit, wouldn't I? Sit on the path there. So that's going to be my coaster that I go in. The other thing I'm going to do is you could also get creative and put a track there. So if I do a search for I might go look for train track. What's going to happen here? Train track? No. So if I go to upload instead, because there's no train tracks in the CoSpaces image library. So now I'll go to upload, and I'll try to do a search from here. Where was my search? Sorry guys, hang on. Get rid of that. Okay, so I've gone to upload here. I'm going to do a search. Now I'll try train track. Something going to come up. It should. I did earlier. Maybe I'll try images. Oh, so okay. So let's sorry guys. So I'll click on images. Then I'll try to do a web search. Or maybe I'll do a 3D model search. So maybe I'll click on 3D models. Then I'll do a web search. Okay, and now I'll type in track. And then we'll have the solution. Oh, okay. So we've got a track. So different types of train tracks you've got here. Just moving my head out the road. So let's say we look at this one. If I drag this, can I click on it? It's going to work for me? It's like my computer's frozen. All right, now I've got it. So I'll drag that one out. And I'll click on this expand tool here, which is going to allow me to drag it bigger. So now I could put this train track, I need some straight lines, don't I? But I could move it out and up, and I could turn it around, and I could try and get this train track. This is where it can take you some time. It's where it's going to look cool though. Onto your path, on top of your path. You could shrink it a bit, a bit there, and you can start to build it like that. You could also have a go like that. It gets a little bit tricky getting around corners because I can't seem to find one that's bent right now in here. Although, what is this? Just check this. Haven't checked this before. We'll just have a look what this is. Doesn't look like it's too much, does it? No. Sorry, I thought that was a track with curves in it. But potentially you might be able to do a bit of a web search and find a train track where it's got a curve in it. But I might have a look at that next week. But mainly what I want you to do this week is, so you could have a play with these train tracks, the straight ones, and get them on there. And you might even be able to get one, for example, if I just copy and paste one of these. Can I do that? Duplicate. There we go. And I drag this one over here. I could raise it up. I think I could do this, or could I? Let me have a look. Hang on, I need this tool here. So I clicked on the rotate tool up here, and I could probably spin it that way. And then I could probably turn it this way. And there you go. It's pretty close to going up that steep part of your roller coaster. So you'd have a go at using the straight bits, but then I might have to have a look next week as to how we can find some curved bits. That's the tricky part, but I can try and solve that as we move forward. But the goal this week is really just to design your theme. Think of your theme, then think of the design for your roller coaster, and then choose a cart or a roller coaster cart that you sit in to go on it, and then get all of your design, your roller coaster there, your path in, all that there, and ready to be coded next week. If you're really pushing forward and you're thinking, I really want to have a go at coding it myself, have a go at that, because it's the same type of code as we did last week with the house. So it's attaching your camera to your path and then making your camera go along your path as well. So that's it for this week. The path tool, creating a roller coaster, coming up with a theme, and maybe even having you playing around with tracks on your path as well. And now your tracks will have to sit on top of your path because my sleigh is going to follow my path. It's not going to follow the tracks. So the tracks have to be on top of the path to make it work. All right, I hope that's going to be some fun for all you guys and girls out there. Really good opportunity to think creatively, come up with a really cool theme, really cool design. Because remember, we're going to play this, hopefully when we get back to St. Thomas, in some virtual reality goggles where you're sitting there on this roller coaster. So make it as cool as you possibly can, because you'll be able to get other kids will be able to have a go on your roller coaster in virtual reality. It's going to be pretty cool. All right, stay positive, stay well, make sure you're doing lots of exercise, eating the right foods, and keep a really positive mindset. I can't wait to see everybody back at St. Thomas, hopefully in term 4, if they're all going well. And see you guys then. See you later. Bye.